willkommen zu einem weiteren Let's Play. Wie so oft in letzter Zeit habe ich keine Ahnung, was uns erwarten wird. Das Spiel heißt The Raven und ist dieses Jahr erst erschienen. Ja, und dann würde ich sagen, schauen wir mal rein und fangen gleich ein neues Spiel an. Ich werde das Spiel wieder auf Englisch spielen, mit englischem Untertitel allerdings.
The Raven's heir. Soon as one of them's caught, another one takes his place. Hey, Harold, have you read this? Harold? 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 You hear me? This is no time for fun and games.
Shh! Calm down. I'm a copper. We're on the same side.
A copper? What are you doing here? And where's Harold?
Harold? Well, there's another guard back there unconscious. That's probably him. The Eye of the Sphinx. Where is it?
It's there.
Oh, good. Then he hasn't got it yet.
You mean the Raven's heir?
Shh! Turn it off. He's gonna steal the eye.
But how do you know?
Doesn't matter. All that matters is that we catch him. Do you understand?
Yeah, but
Do you understand? You and me, mate. We'll be heroes. All right, now, we just have to...
what?
Halt! Stop! You're under arrest!
Und die Frage ist, spielen wir jetzt den Dieb oder jemand anderes? Wer sind die Protagonisten? Aber das werden wir bestimmt gleich herausfinden. Aber erst können wir diese schöne Landschaft bewundern. Mit der modernen Eisenbahn. Ja, sieht auch sehr gemütlich da drin aus. Und der Raub scheint auch gleich in der Zeitung zu sein.
Hands up!
I don't have time to play. I'm on duty.
Haha, you're funny. But you don't look like a real cop. You don't even have a revolver.
Okay, wir sind ein Polizist. Oder auch nicht, denn wir haben ja nicht mal einen richtigen Revolver.
Why do you need the gun?
It's the Raven. He was gunned down, so now I need a pistol.
Dead birds don't need guns. Nor do live ones.
You don't know who the Raven is, do you? He's the greatest burglar ever. He stole paintings from the Louvre, and those priceless eggs with gold and diamonds and stuff. And Bobby Dobbs says he replaced the crown jewels with rhinestones.
I know who the Raven was. Although I don't quite buy that bit about the crown jewels. You do know these days there are thieves far more dangerous than your old Raven. 2 days ago, a precious ruby was stolen from the British Museum. There was an explosion. A guard was severely injured.
Really?
Yeah. And do you know what the papers say?
Ja.
You talk too much, Constable.
Zellner, monsieur. Anton Jakob Zellner.
Or did he pull a gun on you?
No, monsieur.
Get a move on.
Inspector Legrand, it's a great honor to work with a celebrity like you.
We appreciate the support of the Swiss police. But it'd be better if you'd remain seated and keep an eye on things.
But monsieur, your journey on this train is most unusual. Is it related to the burglary at the British Museum?
Not in the least.
And the safe? What's that for?
I'll let you know if we need your help, Constable. If you'll excuse me, I'll be in the first freight car at the back of the train for the rest of the trip.
I'm not here to enjoy the beautiful scenery. I am a good observer, and I have finally honed powers of deduction.
Thanks to that?
I watched the people on the platform in Zurich. I know, for example, that man over there is a violinist.
That would be more impressive if there weren't a violin case next to him.
And I believe that the gentleman in the next carriage is a German doctor on his way to Italy to take up a new position.
And what gives you that idea?
There's the rod of Asclepius engraved on his cufflink. And he's carrying a German-Italian dictionary.
Maybe he's just taking a holiday in Italy, following in Goethe's footsteps.
Too much luggage. And no, he's not retiring to Italy either. The suitcases are too shabby for me to believe that he can afford to retire in his late 50s.
All right then, Constable
Zellner.
Constable Zellner.
Okay.
If you're such a clever fellow, what am I doing on this train?
Was macht er wohl? Also so wie er aussieht, ist er bestimmt nicht im Urlaub. Vielleicht sucht er jemanden oder ich denke eher, dass er etwas
I think you're guarding something.
Oh really? And what might it be?
beschützt oder bewacht. Aber was kann das sein? Achso, genau, er hat ja vorhin was von einem Safe gesprochen. Oha.
Could it possibly be a jewel that's making a long and perilous journey?
You're guessing. You can't possibly know what's inside the safe.
But if that were the case...
Then I'd ask you why the train wasn't crawling with police.
It's a trap.
You don't want to arouse attention.
Évident. But why not?
There are enough police on this train as it is. If there were more, they'd only get in each other's way.
I can assure you that I'd pack every seat in every carriage of this train with police, if it were a matter of deterrence.
You're saying you don't want to scare off potential thieves? Ah, you're laying a trap.
That would explain why it's just me and not the army, n'est-ce pas? All the same, I can't comment on your speculation. Well, that is impressive, I admit. But the fewer people involved, the better. We'll get along fine without you.
You won't.
Won't? Pardonnez-moi.
I can help, and I will help. You're in my country, and I've been ordered to assist you. And that's exactly what I'll do, whether you like it or not.
Clever and stubborn. Your commitment speaks volumes, Zellner. But this is my show, and I don't need you. Bon voyage.
But how do you know?
Na, den sehen wir bestimmt nochmal wieder.
Oh, hello.
You cheated.
I did what?
I saw you talking to the German doctor on the platform. He told you everything himself, and you were just pretending to put two and two together.
And what of it? Do you know who that is? That's Inspector Nicholas Legrand. You have to impress him if you want to work with him.
I'm going to tell on you.
You'd really tell on me? To the very policeman who shot your dear Raven?
Whoa, it was him?
Mm-hmm. Hunted and killed Europe's most famous burglar. That's how he got his start.
I won't tell him a thing.
I wouldn't either. What's your name again?
Matthew Miller from Dillsburg, Pennsylvania.
All right, Matthew Miller from Dillsburg, Pennsylvania. I have to do my work now.
Everyone calls me Matt. Well, except for my mom. She calls me Maddie, as if I were a little kid.
Whether Legrand wants my help or not, I'll keep my eyes open. Maybe I can change his mind.
Ja, erzähl uns mal mehr. Okay.
This morning I thought I wouldn't be hungry because of all the excitement. Thankfully, I bought a sandwich with me anyway.
If you move the mouse over the sandwich paper again, you'll see that the cursor's shape has changed and the text at the bottom of the screen says, "Take the sandwich paper." Click again to pick it up. Very good. Move the cursor to the bottom of the screen. That's where the inventory is. In it, you can see all the items that Constable Zellner is carrying. Left click on the sandwich paper. Now you can use the sandwich paper with other objects. Move it over the apple core on the table and left click. Grab the apple core and the sandwich paper. Open the inventory again and right click on the sandwich paper.
I wrap the apple core in the sandwich paper. That way I can carry it without making a mess of my trouser pocket. Still, I'd prefer not to have to carry them all day.
Of course, you can also use the items inside the inventory with each another. Left click on the paper napkin and then click on the sandwich paper in the inventory.
The napkin came with the croissant I bought at the train station. A guilty pleasure. I don't need that either.
Aha, und so entsorgen wir das Ganze dann auch umweltbewusst. Let's get rid of it. Dump the litter from your inventory into the ashtray on Zellner's table. That wasn't too hard, was it? Now you know everything you need to know.
All right.
Okay. To examine an item in your inventory, right-click on it. Okay, wir haben ein paar Tabletten und ein Portemonnaie dabei.
I bought it last week at a flea market. I like it because it tells a story. I suppose the previous owner bought himself a newer one. This one still works just fine, though.
Ah, ich würde ja gerne Selbstgespräche. Mal schauen, was er zu den...
Pills for my heart.
Oh.
I'm supposed to take one if I have trouble. My daughter insisted that I take them with me. She was strongly against this little adventure, but I wasn't about to change my mind.
Na, hoffentlich wird das nicht irgendwann unsere Reise erschweren. Aber das kann ich mir gut vorstellen. Halt, hier geblieben.
The Vicarage in the Mirror. A detective novel by my favorite author, Lady Clarissa Westmacott. For years now, I've been trying to convince my theater group to stage one of her plays.
Ich will das mitnehmen.
I'll leave it there. I'll pick it up before I get off.
Na, dann hoffe ich, dass wir noch eine Weile fahren. Vielleicht können wir nochmal zu dem deutschen Arzt gehen. Oder gibt es hier oben noch was? Ein bisschen Pizza ausschauen.
We Swiss are crazy about trains. We don't just have a lot of railroads. We have the most beautiful ones in the world.
Sehr selbstüberzeugt.
Would you be so kind as to close the window? I don't want to sit in the dark. Oh, pardon me.
Aha. Ja, dann...
Very kind of you. Thanks. Oh, pardon me.
No problem. The uniform is waterproof. Mr.
Lucio. Professor Edgar Lucio.
Oh, a professor. Are you a scientist? Do you teach at the Sorbonne?
No, I work at the British Museum in London.
You don't say. May I ask where you are going?
Of course. To Venice. I'm going to meet some colleagues there.
Oh, Venice. A beautiful city, so I'm told.
Indeed. But I really have to take my leave now.
Na, das klingt ja schon...
If you work in the British Museum, then you must have experienced the burglary firsthand.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, no?
Well, there was a lot of commotion, but I didn't really pay much attention to it.
There was a break-in in your museum, and it didn't concern you?
Well, let's just say that nothing that's happened in the last 2,000 years concerns me.
Did you notice anything unusual on the
Ein
train?
bisschen verdächtig,
Hier.
was er
On the train? No.
jetzt sich verhält.
I
Vielleicht.
can't say that I have. Although I did spend most of the time in my compartment.
Und vielleicht hat er auch noch keine Lust, mit einem Inspektor zu sprechen.
The famous Inspector Legrand is on this train. I imagine you know him.
No, should I?
You don't know him? And you also don't know what he's doing here?
No. Well, why should I?
Just a thought. You're a representative of the British Museum. There's a guarded safe on the train.
I'm sorry. I don't know what you're trying to imply. And now, please excuse me.
I don't want to take up any more of your valuable time, but you do understand, don't you, that what concerns me is the present, and especially the robbery at the museum.
Yeah, of course, of course. It's just... I'm in rather a hurry.
You'll get in touch if you notice anything unusual, won't you, Professor?
Of course, Constable.
So, jetzt muss ich mal weiter.
What's this?
What's the matter, sir?
The door. I can't open it.
Ah, we'll sort it out somehow. The compartment is locked.
But I didn't lock it. I don't even have a key. I asked the steward. He was going to bring me one, but he never came back.
Someone locked it.
find the steward. He needs to bring me the key immediately.
Calm down, Professor. I'll see what I can do.